Good morning. Good morning, people on the stream. Can you hear us? I'm talking, not much, but just to make some noise. The video is out for about 20 minutes because it needs to be copied down to a hard drive, down from the camera. So the camera is occupied for 20 minutes about, and right now we are on schedule for statutes, not a statute, for the discussion on the annual fee, because we need to make a voting on an annual fee every year. It's in the statutes. So if there are no proposals to make any changes, they will stay like it was said last year, with no membership fee or membership fee at zero for everyone, for every observer and not observer member, and rich and poor and big and small, everybody pays the same nothing. And if everybody want to discuss something, this is the place scheduled for this discussion. So if any remote participant delegates want to do a Skype call-in, they are free to do so. Right now we don't have in the designated area for the people for the discussion. There is no one actually who would like to discuss it or to propose something. If you want to discuss it, yes, you're free to join. If you don't want to discuss it, fine with us. So, okay. You've been informed. That's all we needed. Okay. So Mike said if we can talk if we wanted. I have one question to ask you. Yeah, Mike, go ahead. Mike Bleske.
Wait. Okay. Just wait a second so people can sit down, and then we will put you through via Skype. That's perhaps easier than if you wired it. Okay.
Brennan have no microphone, so you cannot call in. You need to.
Okay, Brennan, if you have no microphone, just put down in the chat, and I'll read it out. So again, reminder, if you want to talk about the annual fee that we have to vote on according to our statutes, then gather around here by the beamer, and we will discuss this. We will also have our remote delegates on Skype. Yeah, and of course. I can't force anyone for anyway, so. Okay, so again, for those who are in here and on Skype, according to our statutes, PPI can fix an annual fee for the members, and according to our statutes, this decision on whether we're gonna have an annual fee and the height of that amount will be discussed and voted on at any general assembly. So this is time to discuss the annual fee, and I think we're gonna open up with anyone who has got a question. So if I remember correctly, Mike from Canada did have a question. So if you want, we are going to put you through, and then you can tell us your question. If you want, you can call us, and then we'll put you through. it's connected.
Hello.
Hello, now we can hear you.
Yes, excellent.
So you had a question about the annual fee.
Yes. Just looking at the prospect of a annual fee in the future, if you were to look at
just one. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if you turn down the stream, we can hear you better here because now we have this echo in your voice. So turn down the stream at your side and then talk so we can hear you clearly.
I'm using headphones right now.
Better.
Okay, so just thinking about the prospect of a fee in the future and the possibility of having that. If we were to set a fee, let's take Pirate Party of Germany for example. What would you see as a fair fee for the Pirates of Germany, considering the amount of people that they have in their organization? Just so that I get a certain percentage of total revenue that the party generates.
Okay, present yourself so he knows who you are.
Oh, sure. Well, my name's Mike Blusky, and I'm with Pirate Party Canada.
Hi, actually this is Sven from Luxembourg, and we had that discussion last year at the first PPI conference, and what Germany was proposing was something like, 50 cents per member, but with a maximum of 5,000 euros a year, so that at least they would have a safeguard against paying too much, but still so that anybody with more than 10,000 people as members has no problems to pay because he's limited.
Okay, so let's say with my own party, just working that out, 50 cents per member times 2,000, that equals $1,000 per annum for the Pirate Party of Canada, for example. Would you say that would be an accurate sort of?
That actually the 50 cents were proposed by Germany because they raised about 36 euros per member, or reduced member fee of 12 euros a year. So 50 cents per member is, I think it's okay. Sure about the exact amount per member, one should consider every member fee raised by the individual parties, because I do not want to impose, as an example, fees on parties who do not raise a member fee, or at least only considering the members who are actually paying, because non-paying members can be a problem in that scenario.
Okay, just thinking, because here in Canada we charge $10 per member per year right now. We're on our first time just renewing those membership fees, so that'll be an interesting experience, I suppose. But 50 cents in comparison to our normal $10 per year membership fee, I guess, would be fair.
To give you a little bit of context, we were talking yesterday, also here in presence during the social event, about member fees, and what was one of the main considerations was that the smaller parties are currently all the smaller parties, relatively smaller parties, have problems paying any member fee because they do not get money from any other source than member fees. And so I understand Brandon when he says 50 cents would be possibly crippling, and I can tell you that as PP Luxembourg, we would also prefer to have the money in our own treasure than somewhere at PPI. But on the other hand, the main consideration is, if we really want to get serious with PPI, we need to somehow raise about 50k a year in euros. So that would be about 70,000 US dollars. Somewhere that money has to come from, and we will need to find a way. Surely a member fee that cripples a member is not a good choice, because then after 2 years there will be no more PPI. That's why we are discussing.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly going to keep an eye on this topic, I suppose. I just noticed Brennan Molloy from Australia just posted what would the money go toward.
If someone wants to answer, we can go on. If not, I'm gonna try to answer. So that's yes. Okay. 1 second, we're just discussing here. So, you want to explain this? Okay.
Hello, here's Fabrizio. We had a working group yesterday which discussed what we need the money for the PPI. So we would like to first have one personal to the administration tasks, and we set for that as a suggestion. Then it was 30,000 euros. We put the maximum to have the whole housing inside and communication. But I think the person who guided with me here would be able to explain in the details better, and he's longer on the PPI. So,
thank you, Fabrizio. So Sven again here from Luxembourg. We had a discussion about where would the money go toward. The main problem at the moment is that we have no fixed staff for PPI to raise money. The most successful foundations have a fixed staffer responsible for raising money and to check which international grants, which grants from foundations can be applied for, and which we could get. The problem is, the goal was to raise at least the cash in some way to finance one fixed staffer for around 6 months, so that he could raise on his own the money for the next 6 months. But as the discussion progressed, we were like, okay, well, let's calculate for a year, so we know what our running costs to have a fixed staffer would be. At least we would know. So if we have a fixed staffer, including travel arrangements, travel costs to visit other parties, we would be at about 50k. That's the amount we projected. That we will not raise that amount today is totally clear to us.
Okay. I don't see if there's any other questions that I have. I guess I'm done.
Okay. You want just to listen, or you want to be stay connected so you can talk? For our purpose, you can stay connected, and then if you have something to say, just make yourself noticed, and then you can talk. So I'm asking through the round here in Friedrichshafen if anyone wants to discuss something about the fee, has any ideas, perhaps another view on that.
Sure thing.
Perhaps someone has an idea how fee could work for everyone, or why they would. Yeah. Okay. Just quickly present yourself
sure
so
that
the people know who you are.
Having
okay.
a staffer would be for the benefit of everybody anyway. So.
Hi, Paul from the Pirate Party of France. I'm just wondering, considering this 50 cents per membership, would we be what would be the money raised, the amount raised, considering if we need 50k I don't see it coming outside of this particular system. So is this very accurate to answer to the need we have?
Just one quick note before I give it to the person who presented this solution. So if we're talking about this solution now, that's just one idea on how you could distribute it. So not that there's the impression that there's anything official on this part. So that was just one proposal from a delegate from here. So I give that the microphone to him so he can explain it.
Yes, actually, the 50 cent were a proposition last year by the Pirate Party of Germany, who actually has a paragraph in their statutes defining that they owe about €1.18 per member, because they have a paragraph that they will pay 5% of their member dues to PPI. We did never enforce that because it would ruin and cripple also the Pirate Party Germany. So they proposed a solution which was acceptable to them. We would, if we are talking about those 50 cent, it was that proposal from last year we are talking about. This is currently not on the table to ask all the members for 50 cent per member. So we need to find a solution to get money, knowing that at the moment the members are not able to afford large amounts to contribute to the PPI. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. One other comment?
Yes, Ole Husgaard from Denmark. I personally worry a lot, even for a small membership fee like 50 cents per member, because I simply worry that we cannot actually find the money within the party, that people within the party will actually vote no, and we will end up dropping out of PPI simply because of this. And this is, I think, quite bad. In particular, seeing that during the last year, donations from Danish members of the Danish Pirate Party towards PPI has actually been about 3 times as high.
Okay, thank you for that contribution. Someone else who wants to add something here? Perhaps some of the new arrivals? Okay, talk in the microphone so the people on the street.
What I suggest is that we stick to... Oh, well, yes, I'm Samir Aloui. Most of you probably already know me, so any further explanation is not necessary, I think. What I propose is that we simply stick to agreements already made and all have a non-mandatory percentage in our own statutes, saying something like from all the netto money we still have left, we pay 5% or something like that. Germany did that, Netherlands did that, Belgium did that, etc., etc. But it should be non-mandatory. It should be a voluntary thing to do. Germany already had set an example of putting it in the statutes. The Dutch, Belgium, etc., etc. It's a very easy thing, and is there any reason we can't find a way to make PPI self-sustaining? Oh yes, there's a tremendous amount of ways in which PPI can make money. However, there's always people whining about things not being good. I mean, they don't want free money for some weird reason.
Okay, thank you. So just also a reminder, we're discussing this because we have to vote on the membership fee every General Assembly. So we want to proceed with the discussion, even if there seems to be one opinion in one or the other direction. Let me just quickly see what Brandon is writing in the Skype chat. Yes, so he's asking if it would be possible to make PPI self-sustaining. As PPI is in the early stage of development, I think it should be matter of time and effort to get this done, but it's important to discuss it at least from the beginning on. So I'm asking people around here if you have any more comments or questions to make concerning the annual fee. I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Pat Machler from Switzerland, and I would like to add that a membership fee is a long-term decision if it's a mandatory one, because no one of the membership organizations is to agree to a mandatory one at the moment, and we are aware of that fact, and there are other organizations which have the same problem as we have, and they manage to keep themselves sustaining. So I think there are many ways which we can explore to gain money to make PPI self-sustaining, but I don't think that it's related to a membership fee actually. Membership fee might, at the moment, right now, the optional one might rather serve as a Kickstarter for some stuff from those membership organizations that can afford that, but not as a really self-sustaining way of financing PPI at the moment.
Okay. I'm looking at the screen and I see that Pirate Party of Portugal is writing something, so we wait for them. If it is possible for you, you can also call in. That would be easier. So if that's possible, call us on Skype. If not, we want to wait a few seconds. Perhaps someone from Friedrichshafen in here has something to say. Yeah.
Bom dia, pessoal do Partido Pirata Português. Eu estou tentando conectar vocês aí na internet, no Skype, mas não estou conseguindo acesso. Meu nome é Fabrício do Canto. Se puder, confirma aí. Obrigado.
No. Yeah, so they're proposing another way. Okay. Let me see if you're trying to connect here. No. So I'm just putting out that Pirate Party of Portugal also says that a fee of 1% to 1.5% might be okay, because then if parties don't charge member fees, the amount would be 0. Okay. Should we wrap this up now, or if there aren't any points to discuss? As a reminder, we will vote on this because we have to. Okay, Samir again.
Well, it makes money and it gets us knowledge. It's very simple. It's called a scientific institute. PPI can set up a scientific institute that facilitates for knowledge exchange. I don't have to explain why this is good, but it's also good because it gets us a lot of money. And in most countries, you can get state support for setting up scientific institutes. So I would like to ask you all to take a look at your local legislature and see if you can get money there, because I think that, I mean, just that already is enough for funding PPI.
Okay, thank you. Then I think that's it for the discussion on annual fees for today. As I said, as a reminder, we are going to vote on that with on the voting block 3 together with the board elections, and you on the remote photos will have instructions at that time. So thank you all for the contribution, and we will continue with the program now. Thanks.